Have you ever heard of chicken math before? If you haven't, let me fill you in really quickly. It's where you want to go to the store and you want to go pick up something like chicken feed or something like that. And you go to the store and you end up picking up 5 new chickens. If you're a chicken person, you know exactly what I'm talking about. If you're starting to become a chicken person, you might not know what I'm talking about yet, but in a few weeks, you will know. So, if you're about to go on these crazy shopping sprees, and you're about to go buy some chickens, I'm going to show you which ones you should buy and what to expect. Well, for starters, we're going to start off with the black copper Marin chicken. These chickens, especially if you go to Tractor Supply when you go buy them, they're one of the more reliable ones they'll end up selling. So you should go consider buying one of these chickens. They're one of the lesser popular ones. They'll have them every now and then. Usually you'll see them sometime in like late April to early May is when they're like really best selling. So you put them in there. And the black copper Marins, if you're wondering, we do actually have that black chicken down there. I don't know how well you can tell. It's like a little black blip over there probably by the way you're seeing it. I'm seeing it just perfectly fine. It's a black copper Marin. They lay a chocolate brown egg. It's like way darker brown than the other chicken eggs, usually like many shades darker. And then you also get like darker speckles on the egg too as well. Almost fell off the tree. Wow, I need to get off this thing. But like you'll get a speckle on there too. It's even darker than the actual egg color. For the most part, these chickens will run you back around $6 to $12 a piece. You gotta also remember, Tractor Supply doesn't have the greatest reputation for having their chickens told apart properly. So you gotta remember that. If you get them told apart, just remember there's about a 40 to 60% chance they got at least 1 or 2 of them wrong. So be prepared to either A, have some chicken nuggets, or B, have a useless rooster that does nothing, also known as this one. Next up, we got the one I'd recommend the most for you to get, Easter eggers. I always push Easter eggers because they are one of my favorite chicken breeds. And not because they're my favorite, but because they're a lot of other people's favorites too. They're really easy to tame. They're good beginners friendly chicken, and not only that, but you get a break from the boring quote unquote egg colors. Most chickens lay brown or white eggs. These chickens lay a variety of eggs. It depends on which breed they're mixed with. You gotta remember that their temperament also depends on which breeds they're mixed with. Easter eggers are mixed with a variety of different breeds. So technically an Easter egger is a really vague term, so you don't actually know what you're gonna get. Usually, for the most part, I'd say about 85% of the time, an Easter egger lays a blue egg. So if you get 20 Easter eggers, 17 out of the 20 of them will end up laying blue eggs. The other 3 will lay not blue-green eggs, like a blue-green. The other 3 will lay miscellaneous eggs, like green, blue, whatever. They're not true Americanas. True Americanas can run you back dozens of dollars, and you can find them anywhere from like $30 to like $130, depending on how purebred the Americanas are. But these aren't Americanas, these are Easter eggers. You gotta remember that. These are Easter eggers. They don't cost too much, like usually $4 to $8 a piece, and Tractor Supply sells out of them really quickly. So that's why I always recommend, if you see them there at your Tractor Supply, go there immediately and buy them, because they're probably not gonna be in stock for the next week. And then you'll realize the second they say they're in stock, you actually go over there, someone's already sold out, somebody's already bought the whole stack of them. They're incredibly easy to sell out quickly. You don't know what you're gonna get with them. You can get brown, blue, green, even pink eggs from them, because they're a crossbreed between many different breeds. So they're not actually really a classified breed, so we just classify them as Easter eggers, if you're wondering. And finally, we got the last chicken breed that you should consider buying from Tractor Supply, and this is a sex-linked chicken. There's many different ones, like cinnamon queens, black sex-linked, ISA browns, all that sort of stuff that you can buy. If you don't know, the term sex-linked means that you can look at the chicken as soon as they're born, look at their feathers, and the second you look at it, you can immediately tell who's a boy or who's a girl. So with all these other chickens, you have to go through a really lengthy process called telling them apart. If I were to see the actual word for that, yeah, that wouldn't go well. But you tell them apart looking at their wing colors, their wing patterns, the feathers on the wings. Yes, they're all born. All chicks are born with a tiny little area on their wing that has feathers. They'll always have those feathers, even from day one. You look at that feather pattern, and that determines if they're a hen or a rooster. Unfortunately, it's really unreliable and it's easy to mess up. So that's why these chickens are becoming more and more popular, because the second they're born, the hens and the rooster will have different colors. So this is 100% reliable. So these are ones I'd recommend you get. They only usually lay brown eggs, but they're really greatly bred to lay tons of eggs yearly, and they're really high production layers. So you should get those. Once again, I'm not encouraging you go out to Tractor Supply right now and buy out the entire stock, because you'll probably make somebody else's day more miserable. But, well, I'll just say it right now. Don't be afraid to go out there and buy a few chickens for yourself to go experiment. You'll never actually know how good the chickens are till you have them on your front yard or backyard or whatever. So go out to your Tractor Supply, go see what they have. You don't necessarily have to buy anything. You can just go down there and take a peek at the chicks. I went down there the other day actually to go see what they had for seeds. I was thoroughly disappointed when they didn't have any of the seeds I wanted. I wanted to go pick up a new variety of watermelon and strawberries, but unfortunately they sold out of those really quickly. So when I went down there to go pick up the seeds, I was like, okay, I'm just gonna stroll around here, see what else they have. They had chickens, but they had like one Easter egger left, so it wasn't really worth anything else. They're selling out really quickly nowadays, so that's something to remember, you know. So just go there. They'll probably be selling those until the fall, so it's all safe to go down there right now. Go check it out, do whatever you want. You don't necessarily have to buy this, you can just watch these for seeing what life with chickens is like. Anyways, I'm out of here, guys.